Hey guys, welcome to Share the Wealth Saturday. In a world where we often focus on what's broken, we choose to focus on what's possible. We choose to spotlight kindness. We choose to celebrate generosity. We choose to invest in people. We choose to spark the mind, nourish the people, and shape the future of the world through philanthropic giving. When most people hear the words share the wealth, they immediately think about money. Millionaires, billionaires, lottery winners. But today, we're talking about a different kind of wealth, you guys. It's the kind that doesn't sit in a bank account. It's the kind that is shared to change the lives of those who really need it. The kind that's measured by compassion, kindness, generosity, and heart. Because the truth is, some of the richest people I've ever met couldn't buy a private jet. They couldn't buy $1 million home or even pay for a luxury vacation. But they could make somebody feel seen and feel like $1 million by their thoughtful actions and support. And that's worth even more when times get tough. Wouldn't you agree? So today, our story starts in a grocery store. I call it the kindness economy. How ordinary people are changing lives. Now, this is Ed Bambas. Ed is an Army veteran. He's 88 years old, and despite working his entire life, he was still standing behind a cash register because retirement simply wasn't enough. I want you to think about that. After serving his country, after decades of work, he's 88 years old. He was still putting on a uniform and clocking in. I don't think it was because he wanted to, but I think it was more, I'm going to say because he had to. And then one day, a customer noticed his smile had changed, really took a look at his age, and noticed that something didn't seem quite right. And instead of walking away, he paid attention. He listened. He was trying to figure out what was going on. And just at that moment, everything for Ed changed. The story that Ed shared with the customer suddenly appeared online. And then something beautiful happened, you guys. Thousands of strangers showed up for Ed. People from all over the country. People who had never met Ed, never spoken to him, never shaken his hand. They came together and raised more than $1 million, 1.77 to be exact, almost $2 million. And get this, they didn't do it because he was famous, not because he was rich, but because they cared. They honestly cared. And isn't that what life is all about? Isn't that how we teach our children to share and help others? And that's what I want you guys to hear today. Listen to how Ed Bambas tells his story.
I talk to everybody that came through my cashier line because it helped me not become despondent at her loss.
Yeah, if you want, you will be able to retire because we've raised you $1.77 million.
No.
Doesn't this story give you hope? Doesn't it make you feel good to see that there are still good people in the world? I know we have influencers and entertainers that give money away all the time, but it's for tax write-offs. Sometimes it's because they really care. Here are the heroes you don't see on television. And you know what? They're not even on magazine covers. And they're definitely not trending, but they are everywhere, everywhere. They're upstanding, good, and loving people who enjoy helping. They enjoy giving, sharing, and sharing their love. And I think that's where we need to get back to. You know, the saying, all we need is love. I believe that wholeheartedly. So I want you to tell me this. Did you like that story? Because there are hundreds of them out there. So I don't want you to give up on humanity because what you see on the news gets you aggravated. Get engaged in your communities like we do. And I have a challenge for you. If someone handed you $1,000 today and told you that you couldn't spend it on yourself, okay, can't do that, what would you do with it? Would you help a veteran? Would you help a struggling senior? Would you help a student? Would you help a single parent? Or would you, help your church? Would you buy groceries for a family? And you guys, I want you to really think about this, okay? And more importantly, why would you do it? Okay? Because your answer says a lot about your heart. So that's going to be our question of the week. If you had $1,000 to give away, who would you help? And you know what's funny? Most of us think we need millions of dollars to change the world. But the truth is, most lives are changed by loving moments. A ride to the doctor, a phone call, a meal, a visit, someone who's just listening, a kind word. Sometimes sharing the wealth isn't about writing a check at all. Sometimes it's simply showing up. And that's why we created Share the Wealth Saturday. Every week, we're going to celebrate people who are making the world just a little bit better. Okay? There are not going to be any celebrities, you guys. There's not going to be politicians or influencers. This is just ordinary people doing extraordinary things because that's what we need to see. Because those are the stories really worth sharing. So before we go, I have a challenge for you, right? This week, spend $10. That's it, $10, not on yourself, on somebody else. I want you to buy a coffee or buy a lunch or buy flowers for someone in a nursing home or pay for someone's groceries or leave a note of encouragement with the $10 and then tell us all about it. Because next Saturday, we may share your story. And who knows, maybe somebody watching will be inspired to do the same. I love the idea of paying it forward. Always have and always will. And that's how real wealth grows. Not from keeping, from sharing. I'm Monet Swan, and this is Share the Wealth Saturday. And remember, your wealth isn't measured by what you keep. It's measured by what you share with others and what you leave behind. We'll see you next Saturday. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And leave your comments below. I love to read them. It makes me happy. Don't forget, who would you help with $1,000? I'm Monet Swan, and I love you guys. Bye.